something that you wish they knew going into applications?
Actually, there are a couple of things that I think are important for you to know. One of them is that you want to try and create a portfolio that has a few different elements in it. One of them has to do with work and volunteer related experiences, and try to make it either very focused, where it shows that you have a specialty area of interest, or where it shows a commitment to any kind of issue. And it may be nutrition, it may not be nutrition. For example, maybe there's a commitment to working for Habitat or something like that. The other thing is, in terms of the work, what you want to do is remember everywhere you're working while you're a student is really part of a reference letter. So you want to put your best foot forward. I always say in every job that you do, promise something realistic and deliver something superior. Okay? So that way people will always be happy with what you do. Focus on the studies, be practical, don't overload yourself with certain courses. If it's too much, back off. It's better that it maybe take you a little bit longer and you have better grades, that you finish sooner, but then you have lower grades and that impacts your ability to do the internship. The other thing is, when you're doing your reference letters, try to get people who give a variety of things about you. So someone who can talk about your academics, someone who can talk about your commitment to civics, and maybe someone who can talk about the kinds of things you do at your work and work-related tasks. Because if you do, for example, 3 professors, they'll all talk about your academics, and the person looking at your evaluation won't get a really good, well-rounded sense of your work ethic and your commitments, your values, things like that. Okay?
Right, thank you very much.
Sure.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, and good luck to all of you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Glenna McCullum-Cloud, and I am Speaker of the House for the American Dietetic Association this year, 2010-2011, and I am an ASU grad, so hello, alum.
Okay, so something that I know students back home are going to be really interested in is how they can get involved as undergrads, you know, maybe in the ADA or Arizona specifically. How would you suggest that they get involved?
Well, probably the most important thing you can do is get involved with the Student Council. The Student Council is a way to stay connected, to make sure that you're informed about what not only the opportunities are, but what ADA has for you. And ADA is really depending, and I will tell you as one of the leaders, that our focus is really on our student dietetic interns and our students who are in school, as well as our young professionals, because we really know that you're our future, and what you choose and what you think about our organization will have a significant impact on where we go in the future. So get involved with the student organization, and then there'll be leadership opportunities as well.
And then what's a tip that you would give to undergrads, maybe starting to apply for internships, or what's something that you wish you knew, you know, when you were an undergrad?
I would say probably most importantly is that have an idea of something that you feel passionate about, because the internship that you go and you spend your time in, even maybe your volunteer time to decide if you want a specific internship, is going to help you know where you really want to go. And it helps you to keep your time efficient and effective. And if you feel passionate about a certain area of dietetics, I will guarantee you when you make your application and you have your interview, that comes through. So we're doing everything we can at the national level to make sure that there are more opportunities that are open so that all the students get internships that qualify. So we're going to work on our end, but what we ask you to do is say, think outside the box, be creative, find your passion, and then let's go for it. And let us know how we can help you if you kind of run into a snag. Okay?
Awesome. Any shout outs you want to give to ASU? Go
ASU,
Sun Devils!
You bet. But more importantly is that ASU is one of the best schools that you could participate in. You have great leaders, great faculty, and you're going to be proud like I am to be an alum. So hang in there.
I gotta testify, come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. Gotta testify, come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. Now let's take them high. Top of the world, baby. Top of the world. La 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 la. Top of the world, baby. Top of the world. Now let's take them high. Top of the world, baby.
Mills was the first to switch all of our cereals to whole grain. But did you know Big G cereals are America's #1 source of whole grain at breakfast? Our Big G cereals provide America with more whole grain at breakfast than any other breakfast food from any other manufacturer. We are extremely proud that we offer these whole grain options for your clients. There you go.
Hello, we're here at the expo. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Stacy Humble. I'm Director of Marketing at the Almond Board of California.
So I was really interested in these little tins. What exactly are they?
So we found that dietitians were really enthusiastic about recommending almonds to their patients, but that they were recommending 6 to 10 a day when the actual serving size is an ounce, which is about 23 almonds. So we wanted to help dietitians feel comfortable recommending the right amount of almonds so that they weren't worried about overconsumption, and make sure that consumers understood that this is what it takes to get the benefits of almonds.
So what are some benefits of eating almonds, the recommended amount every day?
Yep. Almonds are an excellent source of magnesium and vitamin E and are extremely nutrient rich, and as well have an extensive a library of nutrition research that demonstrates that almonds help to lower cholesterol.
I'm Kelby from the Arizona State University, SNC, and I just attended the weight loss, the Truth About Diets and Weight Loss section. My favorite part was probably the last presentation. She talked about the 10, she was an RD, she worked specifically with weight loss management, and she presented the 10 tips that she's seen in all of her clients that have worked the best to maintain weight loss. It was really easy to understand for students and for dietitians. It was like real, true. She had used like people's stories, so it was actually like grounded in evidence. And I also really liked the second presentation. He used scientific evidence to support his like spiel. So I thought it was a really good presentation, and I really want to get a workshop on it.
My name is Kristen Rhoda. I'm a registered dietitian. I work at the Cleveland Clinic, and I specialize in short bowel syndrome and intestinal failure. My background's been in nutrition support and particularly home parenteral nutrition, and now going more towards intestinal transplantation.
And what year did you graduate from the Arizona Dietetic Internship?
I graduated from ASU in 2005.
Okay.
Dr. Winham was my mentor there, and we worked on a project looking at maternal risk factors for diabetes and infant outcomes.
So what have you done since you graduated, kind of moving up the ladder? What kind of steps did you do, or where did you apply?
Well, I knew I wanted to do clinical because I think it's important to understand the clinical aspects of nutrition, I think, before branching out into other things. So for me, that was the route that I went to learn basic clinical nutrition. So I started working at a geriatric hospital in Arizona, and I was also teaching simultaneously at Phoenix Community College to really dive into the textbook and make sure that I understood those principles and everything. So after that, I went to FNC a couple of times, and actually my first presentation that got me interested in nutrition support was the symposium, the DNS symposium, and Cindy Hamilton, who is actually my manager now over at the Cleveland Clinic, spoke on nutrition support, and that got me really interested. So I applied for a job at the clinic, and I've been working there ever since.
That's great.
I think that going into the internships now, especially since they're so competitive, I think that you really need to put yourself out there and be very well prepared going into the internship. I think that the best students are the ones that ask a lot of questions, and they're reading literature on the side, and they're studying the principles in their textbooks, and they're practicing after their internship. And I think that those dietetic students do the best.
I went to the lecture about teaching children specifically through like hip hop and youth culture how to eat better, especially inner city children. They don't have access to things like supermarkets with fresh fruits and vegetables. They just go to convenience stores and get junk for food because they don't have access to the better foods. So I really took away from it a lot of good ideas for us to help our community, especially the inner city communities. We can do things like have them put on plays and things that will really inspire them to learn the message and have fun at the same time. So I thought that was cool.
All right. right, Kelby, what are you eating right now?
This is soy-based gelato, blue raspberry flavored.
Yeah.
It's really good, actually. It's kind of like an Italian icy.
And does it taste any different than normal, like ice, or I guess normal gelato?
No, it has different consistency, but it tastes really good.
I work at Life Care Center South Mountain in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm a diet tech. I'm a graduate of New Mexico State University. I graduated with my bachelor's in dietetics. I've applied to the dietetic internship twice now, and I'm at the FNC conference. It's my first ADA conference, and I absolutely love it. It's the greatest experience I've ever done. And you know, it's just a struggle. I'm gonna apply my third time for the dietetic internship, and recommendations that I would say is just really prepare. Like, go online at the Eat Right website and look at all the internships. Look at the different websites, read about them, read about their mission statements, their qualifications as far as applying. Call the coordinator, email the coordinator, ask them questions. Start volunteering in any area. Even if you volunteer, I volunteered in my undergraduate for Race to the Cure. And even though it's not really related to nutrition, it's still a volunteer experience. They just want to see overall that you're a diverse student and that you're able to work with different organizations, that you have leadership skills, that you have good grades. So in school, like, get with study groups, get tutors, like, do whatever you can, like, do the best in your chemistry classes, your upper level nutrition classes. Start working on your letters of recommendation. Meet your teachers so that they can write you good letters of reference whenever you have to do that for the dietetic internship. Fly out and meet the coordinators of the programs if you can do that. Like, anything to put yourself out there and for them to remember you and who you are so that you're successful. So you got to increase your chances in any way. You got to be determined and motivated student, and if you want to be an RD, you got to do every step that you can in order to be it. And someday you will be. Hopefully I will soon.
I like the NFL Play 60 lecture mostly because it related to what I do here, and it'll be a good thing to take what I learned there, bring it back to ASU, and hopefully get some volunteers so we can all help these kids with the NFL Play 60 program.
Think about me now and then. Do you think about me now and then? 'Cause I'm coming home again. Maybe we could start again. But if you really cared for, then you wouldn't have never hit the airport to follow your dream.